a really great program planned. And the best part is that we get to see so many of your faces on Zoom tonight. My name is Sarah Shinkman. I've met most of you all at this point, if not in person, virtually. I am NEHA's program director, and I'm thrilled to have you join us for tonight's kickoff to FallFest. We have a really great lineup planned for you all. I'm going to keep my remarks brief so we can get to our featured speaker, Pat Torey, and then our special demonstration from 7 to 8 tonight. But before we get to all of that exciting stuff, just want to give some quick remarks so we're all on the same page with what to expect for tonight's session. So first off, FallFest is our largest educational event of the year. We've designed this year's session to include many of the elements that you're familiar with, including the Halloween theme, costumes, and then we've got educational breakouts tomorrow, which were chosen to give every part of the community a chance to have a session that is for them. And please know that if we don't have a specific session for you throughout the weekend, we do have lots of stuff with our webinar Wednesdays and our retreats and other things that are going virtual. So we definitely want to hear from you if there's something that you're interested in that we haven't had a chance to get to this weekend. I hope that your FallFest package has arrived. If it hasn't yet, I'm sure it will be coming soon. Lots of great things that are in your package. We also have our Goose Chase game that has already started as of yesterday morning. Looks like there's a ton of great action in there, so please make sure to join us through Goose Chase. Information is in the emails that have been going out from Brandon Green. And I will say, if you didn't get the emails, check your junk mail, because sometimes they go in there because they come through our Eventbrite system. Tonight's agenda, we've got Pat Torey from GutMokey, who's going to be kicking things off, followed by a presentation by Beyond Recreation that is truly beyond excellent. They are so awesome. We're thrilled to be able to partner with them again tonight. Tomorrow, as a reminder, in the morning, 9 a.m., join us for a few hours of live programming, including educational breakouts and our annual meeting. And then on Sunday, same place, Zoom, 9 a.m. Please join us for educational breakouts, for wrap sessions, and for our NEBDAC meeting. It'd be great to see everyone on. Links will come an hour before the sessions begin in your email, once again, from our fearless communications manager, Brandy Green. We also have our virtual exhibit hall open, so please make sure to check that out. You'll have a chance to see all of the booths from our sponsors, both our industry reps, we also have some specialty pharmacies and a few other folks who have booths, so please make sure to check those out. And I'll say as a bonus, there are several activities or missions in Goose Chase that are tied to visiting the exhibit booth. So if you're looking to get those points to get a prize at the end of Goose Chase, that's a really great way to be able to do that. And it is a chance to be able to visit and ask questions of those sponsors who we are so grateful for their support. With Zoom tonight, I think at this point, we probably all get jobs at Zoom because we're so familiar with using these platforms, but if you're not, that's okay. We have lots of NEHA staff members who are on tonight, so if you have a question about using Zoom, just shoot it through the chat and we will do our best to help navigate through any challenges that you may be experiencing. I will say we try to keep everyone on mute throughout the meeting. I wish we could hear all of your voices collectively, but unfortunately with the audio challenges, it's hard to get everyone's mics on at once. So if you've got comments, feedback, you just want to give a shout out, use the chat. That's the best place to do that, but we really want to hear from you. You can also change your virtual background. You can give some cool emojis. So there are different ways to be able to provide reactions to things as we go along. And camera is optional. We will be recording tonight's session. So if you prefer not to be included in that recording, please turn off your camera. Otherwise, we hope to see you. We hope to see your reactions. It's a great way for us to be able to connect with you, even if we can't do it in person. So I want to quickly pass the baton over to our fearless leader, Rich Pizzillo, who's going to give a shout out to our sponsors. Rich, let me turn the mic to you.
You mean Boy George, Sarah? Because
oh, sorry.
Rich
How could I forget?
tonight. Yeah. It's so great to see everyone. We are so glad that we can connect virtually. We're not in Vermont, but we will be back for FallFest in person at some point soon. But tonight would not be possible, number one, without you for believing in NEHA all through this craziness and staying safe and doing this from your home, but also without these sponsors. They have made it possible for the boxes and for so many things, and the volunteers. And I just want to thank the staff too. They have been working so hard, well more than 40 hours a week to help create this event. So as we do at camp, we do a single clap after we get through each category. So I'm just going to read these. Presenting sponsors: Bayer, BioMarin, CSL Behring, Genentech, Novo Nordisk, Sanofi Genzyme, Singalong Therapeutics, Takeda, Pfizer. Now let's try this virtually. Ready? Well, there's a little delay there, but we tried. Champion sponsors: Accredo, Boston Hemophilia Center, CVS Specialty, Drug Co., Medexus Pharma, and Unicare. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Much better. Our activity sponsor with our pumpkin carving kit, Kennel Orthodontics. 1 clap. Well, we'll just go with it. Cottrell's to the arts and crafts sponsors. You can just clap when you want. Snack sponsor, Biomatrix. Gotta love those cookies. Clap. Candle sponsor. Hopefully you had your candle burning, the pumpkin picking candle. Clap. And then our beverage sponsor, Superior Biologics, for that coffee break. 1 more clap there. Well, without further ado, thank you, everyone. I'm turning it back over to Sarah.
Awesome. Thank you, Rich. Pat Benatar. What name are we going with? There's so many to choose. So I thank you so much, Rich. And as Rich said, thank you all for being here. There's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes. But just like with anything, we can't do it without your support and you showing up. So we just want you to know how much we appreciate you being here and trusting us to go on this virtual journey throughout the year. You've been such wonderful supporters as we've tried new things, and we're excited to continue trying these things. As always, if you have suggestions or things that we could do to improve everything, don't hesitate to reach out to us. This is an experience that we want to be for you. With that, let me turn it over to our rock star in the glasses there, Pat Torey, who we're so thrilled to have joining us all the way from the other coast. Pat Torey, for many of you should probably know, is the founder of GutMokey. GutMokey has been a supporter and company that we've partnered with several times over the years at NEHA. Pat is also a native New Englander, so we're thrilled to have him as part of our Wicked Strong family. With that, Pat, let me go ahead and turn the baton to you so you can go ahead and kick off your presentation. Thank you.
Outstanding. Thank you so much, Sarah. Hi, everybody. Again, my name is Pat Torey. I'm the owner and CEO of GutMokey. I started working with the bleeding disorder community over 20 years ago in Portland, Oregon, where I live. But as Sarah shared, I grew up in Worcester, Massachusetts. Shout out to Worcester. All right. So I would like to start by saying a big thank you to Pfizer. This program is part of the Leading Edge program. We started the Leading Edge program 14 years ago, running teen programs, which we've done a lot of out in New England for NEHA. We also do parent programs and these keynotes as well. Because of Pfizer's exclusive support for this program, we've run over 230 programs and touched over 21,000 people in that process. So huge thank you to Pfizer, and thrilled to continue to have you on board with this. So GutMokey, we are an adventure education company. We provide foundational, life-changing experiences for communities with chronic health conditions. We shoot to improve health outcomes, build community, dismantle stigma, and increase awareness. And today we're going to talk about play. And that's kind of what we do at GutMokey. But we do it with intention. But I think the important part is sometimes the intention is literally just to play and get the benefits that we get from play. It's important tonight because we might do some moving around that you get to choose your level of challenge. You might have an ankle bleed. You might be really exhausted from work. You might need to observe, modify the activity or choose to do it a little bit differently, but take care of yourself. Know this is your challenge, and run it the way that's going to be best for you. Quick family introduction, because they're going to get named a couple times, and when they grow up, I'm not sure how they're going to take it, but here's the deal. They're in it now. Maggie, who's 6 years old, Amelia, who's 2, and my wife, Amanda. I met Amanda at the Tennessee Hemophilia Camp like 11 years ago, but that's a story for another day. We took this picture on the 1st of this year, 2020. We've kind of made it a tradition now to go to the beach regardless of the weather, and it was a stormy one. I remember at lunch looking over, and on the rocks there was someone, and they were not dressed for the weather, and they were just sort of doing this. It looked like they were dancing, and I was like, what is going on? And then I realized they had a hat on like mine, and it said 2020. And then I kind of heard them say, happy 2020. And I realized, oh, they were still going from the night before. Very impressive. If they only knew 2020. Oh my goodness. Anyway, today we're going to talk about play, and we are going to play. And I want to point this out. Look at the picture of Amelia. She's the little one. All over her mouth, there is something. It is sand, because let me tell you how this goes. When you are in the beach or at the beach and there is like huge waves, you get this foam, and then 40-mile-an-hour winds crossing that foam creates little foam balls. And if you're a kid, dress better for the weather than like Party Patty over on the rocks. What could be better than chasing little rolling balls of foam all over the beach? Well, I'll tell you what can be better. It's trying each one to see how they taste. And so she just played her heart out. And I played my heart out, and we all did, because we are made to play. And that's what we're going to talk about. But I'll shoot you one more just before we get going, which is this. Maggie, the 6-year-old the other day, who's in the midst of like all the virtual classrooms until at least February, and who knows how much longer, said, Dad, come here, check out my iPad. And I was like, sure. And I looked, I'm like, what's that? And she's like, it's made out of a Post-it. It's a monster eating a watermelon. And I was like, nice job. She's like, here's the best part. When you take the watermelon out of the monster's mouth and Miss Heaton leans her head over, it bites her right in the head. And then she started dying laughing. And I started dying laughing too, because I thought that was pretty brilliant on her part. And here's the thing. Both chasing the sea foam balls and eating Miss Heaton's head with a paper Post-it monster are great examples of play. So let's talk for a second about what play is. Play is where we engage in an activity for an enjoyment and recreation rather than a serious practical purpose. The psychiatrist, Dr. Stuart Brown, who started the Institute for Play, says that what all play has in common is that it offers a sense of engagement and pleasure. It takes the player out of a sense of time. So we like totally lose ourselves, and the experience of doing it is more important than the actual outcome. And it doesn't have to be a particular purpose at all, like nothing in particular. And that's what's great about it. If the purpose, and this is important to remember, if the purpose is more important than the act of doing it, it's probably not play. So if you're playing cards, if you're playing poker with some friends, you're just enjoying yourselves and having a good time, good chance it's play. If you're like trying to win back the family inheritance, might not be play, okay? And if you're like putting in a winter crop to like feed your family and it's backbreaking work, maybe not play. But if you're spending the day transplanting flowers from one place to another and you're enjoying it and it's just like your happy place, there's a good chance that that could be play as well. I want to throw this out there right off the bat as well. I thought this quote like really hit me when I heard it. It's from the pioneer play researcher, Brian Sutton Smith. And Brian says, the opposite of play is not work. And that's when you ask people, what's the opposite of play? It's often what they say, it's work. The opposite of play, it's not work. Rather, the opposite of play is depression. And I think that that's an important thing to think about in what that means for our life. Play has an incredibly important role in our lives. I'm going to spend a little time looking at this in just a moment. But first, I'm going to introduce you to somebody. This is Carl Ronke. In September, one of the most, if not the most influential figures in adventure education passed away, Carl Ronke. We have a very small, little, tight, young industry that I consider GutMokey a part of. And so Carl and I have met multiple times. I've taken many trainings from him. He was one of the original Outward Bound instructors in the US, in Colorado in the 60s. In the 70s, he helped to open Project Adventure. A lot of you have probably heard of Project Adventure because right now it's housed in Beverly, Massachusetts. And Carl basically like created ropes courses. So if you've ever been on a ropes course, a challenge course, a zip line, an aerial adventure park, have enjoyed a game with GutMokey in the past, you can probably thank Carl. He's one of the best players in the world, an absolute expert at play. These are just some of his books. And if you notice, the one that says fun, it's not spelled incorrectly. Carl always said fun, F-U-N-N, stands for functional understanding not needed. That is the essence of play. And Carl had just a knack for bringing play into every corner of life. So any of the activities that we are going to do today, they come straight out of Carl's handbook. And so we're going to start with one right now, and it's called the Wiggle Waggle. So folks, I don't know what you're doing right now in your houses, but we're about to wiggle waggle. So get yourselves ready. I want you to take your hands and put them out in front of yourself. You can shake them out a little bit, shake out the left hand, shake out the right hand, put them out in front of your face like this and slap them together so that your hands are nicely right in front of your face. Now, when you look, my fingers are splayed, and my fingers are splayed so that I can take my two middle fingers and I can drop them on either side like so. So drop those middle fingers in, and this is the move. Some of you are like, I've been doing this forever. Others of you are going to almost break your fingers in the next 2 seconds. The move is to rotate your fingers like so, so that you end up with one of your fingers on top and one of your fingers on the bottom, and get ready for it. Wiggle, waggle, wiggle, waggle, wiggle, waggle, wiggle, waggle, just like that. Okay. That is the wiggle waggle right there. I'm going to stop sharing right now because this is probably brilliant for you all to look at each other, because some of you are almost wiggle waggle experts and some of you are like, this is insanity. I would rather get a PhD than wiggle waggle right now. So give it another try. Boom, boom, wiggle waggle. Now, some of you are with people. If you are with someone and you're like, we're wiggle waggle champs, we've been doing this thing forever. Here's the next challenge. If you've got a right hand and somebody else has a left hand, boom, palm, like you're doing a high five, and then drop those middle fingers, twist, and wiggle waggle with a partner. Some of you are out there in a family. I can see you out there. Get yourselves into a circle, one hand up this side, one hand up this side, all around in the circle, middle fingers down, rotate, and wiggle waggle. That is a full family, full team wiggle waggle. And this is a wicked strong family, and I know about that. So this is your time to give it a try. You're going to get 30 more seconds while I turn my screen back on. Actually, I'm just going to scroll through because it's too good to watch. Some of you have the most serious faces on for wiggle waggling right now. I got to say, don't hurt yourselves. All right, we're going to get back. Here we are. Okay, raise your hand if you can see a wiggle waggle on your screen right now. Perfect. Excellent. It's just good to know that the tech works. All right. So you've all played a little bit. I'm glad that we're there. Let's keep moving along. Here we are. Humans are built to play. Like I mentioned before, the psychiatrist Stuart Brown, founder of the National Institute of Play in Carmel Valley, California, he says this: we are built to play. He speaks about this, this characteristic called neoteny, the retention of immature qualities into adulthood. And this is like intentional. This is the goal. He says that humans are the most neotenous, flexible, plastic, youthful, playful of all creatures, and that we're designed to play through our entire lifetime. We build trust this way. And because we're the most playful of creatures, this actually gives us a leg up on adaptability. Play can look incredibly different. When we look at children and animals, it's very obvious. We look and we're like, oh, they're playing with blocks, or oh, they're having a little like tussle over there. But for adults, play can be as unique as an individual fingerprint. And so play for somebody might look like collecting stamps. Maybe not for me, but maybe for somebody else. It might look like tossing a football. Again, maybe not for me, but maybe for somebody else. It could look like reading a book. It could even look like climbing Mount Everest. And although some people may appear more playful than others, we all have seen this before, we are all wired through evolution to play. Now, play is also incredibly important for our kids. And that might seem obvious, but recently we have seen a dramatic decrease in how much kids are playing. That's not what this talk is about, but it feels like I have to at least mention it. Because with great intention, parents are trying to give their kids a leg up. They're filling their schedules incredibly full. And because of that, they don't necessarily have the time that they need to play. And when you add in screen time, the faster pace of life in general, and the larger priority that's put on the competition from schooling that sometimes is in college, but also goes all the way down to elementary school, we miss out on those opportunities to play. Not to mention the additional challenge of having a chronic medical condition. It creates less time. Play for the sake of play, and the benefits that kids get from it end up taking a back seat. But it has huge, huge benefits for our kids. It builds imagination and creativity. It fosters cognitive growth, emotional and behavioral benefits, group interaction, encourages greater independence, and promotes physical fitness. I already mentioned that going to the Oregon coast is a great place. I love it there. Great place to socially distance, especially when it's raining. And as I've shared, I will go there in the wet and the cold. It's going to be funny for my kids someday because they always end up at the beach when it's wet and cold. Somebody's going to like invite them on spring break and they're going to be like, why would I want to go to the beach? It's so wet and cold. They have no idea that there's this whole other side. But anyway, I am with my daughter, Amelia, recently on the beach. And Amelia, the 2-year-old, the one with all the sand on her face, absolutely so cute. Her language right now is adorable. It's like a cross of Yoda and Jar Jar Binks and a Munchkin kind of like all mixed in together. And she just sometimes screams it out. And the other day when we were on the beach, she just yells, "Doodles, Daddy, doodles." And I was like, "Doodles?" She goes, "Look, I see it, what you see, all the doodles all day long." And I, as a good parent, just said, "Yes, doodles," until she finally brought me over to what she was pointing to, which was all of this bull kelp and seaweed that had come up on the beach. And I realized, oh, think about it for a second, noodles. Okay, we're talking about noodles here. And she wanted to grab up all of these noodles and bring them up to the kitchen that she had created with her sister. It's fascinating as I watch her like pull all of this stuff up the beach. When we realized that even in this one moment of play, that she was building imagination and creativity, she had initiated an interaction with a parent. She ran off to gather the doodles in an independent action and then hauled half her body weight in seaweed up the beach, which definitely built strength and stamina. I think that like we could have added cognitive growth if I had actually worked on the noodles instead of doodles, but it's too cute, so I'm going to let it go. But I think that it's amazing to watch how much play has an impact on us as children, and yet we end up leaving it behind. We end up having so many other things that take precedent in our life, and it makes sense. They're valid pursuits. It's relationships and families and careers. And there are so many things that we end up having around our own personality that might hold us back from play. But play is healthy and play is fun. And so we're going to talk a little bit about a few of the different types of play so that we can even recognize like, oh yeah, that is play, and doing that might be good for me. So let's start with ritual play. Ritual play is where we create, strategize, design, and engage in activities that bring people together for a common good. Candyland to chess, Dungeons and Dragons, kickball, and even adult kickball, which kind of gets us into our next state of play, which is the rough and tumble play, because this one definitely looks a little bit different than this one. This guy's going serious over here. Our rough and tumble play. This is the form where we can develop emotional regulation, as well as cognitive, emotional, and physical mastery. This is like the tough stuff, the stuff that like pushes us. Tug of war, capture the flag. Well, maybe not that capture the flag. That's a little more rough and tumble. Capture the flag. The mud runs, the whitewater kayaking, these types of play that like get us into these spaces where we get pushed and we develop grit. Imaginative play. Think about when you were a kid and how much fun you had, like living out fantasies, being in this space that was absolutely yours and only yours. And remember, this can still happen as an adult, whether it's building a space like this or coloring, being in a play, and maybe your love is welding up, beautiful art. Like all of these things can fall into imaginative play. Body play is this amazing space where like we have this spontaneous desire to get like out of ourselves and out of gravity. And so like think about the type of thing we experience when we get on a trampoline, when we go head first at 40 miles an hour down a plastic tarp that somebody got wet and put on a hill. When we do yoga, when we get on roller coasters, when we get to be weightless in a totally different world. This is body play. And then object play. This is manipulation of objects, building, designing, which of course we see with little kids when it comes to blocks and Legos. And then we get to see as kids start to form snowballs. Then we get to merge play, like rough and tumble with object play when we have a snowball fight. And if we think Legos and we think kids, I want to challenge you. This is not a kid's Lego set right here. There are just plenty of adults. This guy's face says it all. Like, this is play. This is fun. This is something that we love. But this is just as much play, depending on, you know, who you are and what you're into. And so I want to take just a minute and hit this. The benefits of play for adults, because there are so many. And I want you to listen to these, because as I wrote this talk, so many times I was just like, oh my gosh, I just spent all day working. I have not really gotten up and played. And I'm a playful person. And yet, like, our days can get full. But look at the benefits. These are all research benefits of play. It produces the feeling of youth and energy. And if you think about your last week, was there ever a moment where you could use more energy? If so, play is for you. It builds connections with other people. It motivates exercise. Think in the last week, was there ever a time when you needed to be motivated to exercise? If so, play is for you. It develops emotional regulation, that ability for us to take those positive and uncomfortable emotions that are naturally occurring and how to deal with them internally and all on our own independently. It contributes to our overall well-being. It develops and improves our social skills. And this is not just for kids, this is adults as well. It helps us to develop contextual memory. It motivates exploration, whatever that exploration might be. It improves stress resilience. It helps us be better prepared to deal with stress. Think about the last week. Was there ever a moment when you could have used a little more resilience towards the stress that was coming into your world? If so, play is for you. It stimulates growth of the cerebral cortex. It improves cooperation. It improves our ability to react to stress. Again, that ability to take care of stress. It releases endorphins and dopamine. This is a guy who has definitely got some endorphins and dopamine on board. And again, with the Legos, it improves cognitive functioning. It develops coping skills to deal with the challenges and stress and other things that come up in our life. It stimulates creativity and it teaches us to solve problems. When we think about play at our home, when we think about play at our home and all of the ways that this play can help us enhance bonding, enhance communication. When we think about playing with our kids, it strengthens relationships and it helps our kids, again, develop all those important characteristics that we already discussed. And then playing at work, it improves teamwork. It boosts creativity. It enhances productivity. And if you're in charge, that's a really good thing. Think about who could you use on your team to be a little more productive. It might seem weird to introduce play, but that might be the thing that does it. It helps people feel much more job satisfaction and increases, again, energy and helps with the burnout. I've gotten to travel all over the US, all 50 states. I've been to a lot of different countries, and I have carried these two little pigs in my pockets for so many of them. If you've never played the game Pass the Pigs, these are not big pigs. These are little, like, nice-sized pigs that you can just throw. I can't tell you how many times I've just walked up to a group and been like, anybody want to play pigs? People's reaction is always like, I'll play some pigs. And I'm like, I just love how people are in. They have no idea what they're about to do. 20 years ago, I went to Thailand with a backpack and basically a passport, but I brought these things with me too, this silly spinny ring and this set of juggling sticks. And I made so many connections and had so much fun with so many people where we didn't share a word of each other's languages because we could connect with each other through the process of play. So guess what? We're going to do it right now. Again, let's play a little bit more. Okay, I am going to take that off, but now I'm going to pull this over so I can see it. Here is your job. I'm going to tell you something that you need to go and tag before you come back to the spot that you are at right now. Once you get back, I'll throw another thing out there. If I see that like a lot of people are back and it's not everybody, fine, I'm going to throw another thing out there and I'll just keep saying what they are. Occasionally, I'll also give you a task that you need to accomplish at that space or potentially when you get back. This is your opportunity to play. And if right now you're in that moment of like, oh, I just don't feel like it right now, it probably means you need it more than anything. So push, lean into the play. You've got this. We're with you. Put your hands in the screen. If you're ready to play, put your hands in the screen. Where are you at, players? There we are. Somebody just went like this. Oh, I'm with you. I feel you. Let's do this thing. Oh, by the way, it can't be something in the room. You've got to go to a whole other room unless you're like, that's just too much. And then fine, whatever, touch something in the room. And if you've got a whole family, you can go as a whole family to one thing. You can send just one person at a time, or you can all have to go find different things that fall into this category. So here we go. Do this fast. This is not about slow. This is about fast. Ladies and gentlemen, touch something that is the color blue. Go. Go, go, go. You've got like 10 seconds. Go. I need you back in the screens fast. Come on. Where are you at? Where are you at? Nice. I love it. We're touching blue in the screen already. I see people out. I see very few people back. Oh, people are coming back. You don't even have to bring it back. You can just touch it. But I love that you brought it back. Way to go big. Good, good, good. Okay, that's it. We're going to the next thing. Touch something made out of leather. Go. You don't have to bring it back. Just go. Touch something made out of leather. Get your move on. Come on, come on. I love it. I love it. Okay. We're getting people back. We did it. Perfect. I love seeing parents come back. He's yelling to come back. That's good. Okay. This time I want you to touch a piece of jewelry. Use whatever, definition of jewelry that you need to. And when you get back, you are going to do a model walk for 10 seconds. Ready? Go, go, go touch jewelry and then model walk for 10 seconds. You've got this. Come on, NEHA, wicked strong family. I love it. I'm seeing it happen right here. Oh my goodness, that was fast. Oh my gosh, some of you are really model walking. Where's that model walking? Oh, no, very nice, very nice. Excellent. Spin the hair. Okay, here we go. Go touch something in your house that is made out of wood, out of the material wood. Go to, oh, wait, stop. And when you get back, sing the happy birthday song as loud as you can. Ready? Go, 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 go.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, and you're going to share it. That's lovely.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy
Oh my gosh, that was amazing. I didn't say to take yourselves off mute, but you did, and that was just wonderful. We're going to stop there because we've got more stuff to do. In the chat right now, this is what I want you to do. Write in the chat, how are you feeling right now? How are you feeling right now? You just got to play. You just got to live it for a minute. How do you feel? What's it like? Just throw it on in there. Okay, we're going to move. Here we go. This is an important piece, especially for those people that were just like, oh, you can learn to be playful. This is a skill. It is a skill. And some people are like, nope, nope, nope. It is a skill, and it's something that we can all get back into. We all had it at one point. So if you've got that feeling of like, oh, I don't know about play, again, I challenge you to lean into it and see what you can do with it. So I believe that we have a need to play now more than ever. Why? Because play gives us energy. Why would we ever need energy? Because of this thing. We are talking to a whole bunch of families here that somehow in their world have a chronic health condition. And we know that with that, there is more stress added to the life of the person that's affected, to family members, and that is okay. That's just part of our reality. It is totally normal. But over time, that takes a toll. And when we have something like that in our lives, we need to be intentional and create coping strategies so that we can be better prepared for when those things puts a little more stress on us or pushes us a little bit harder in that day. And so I say to that, play. Have play as part of your life so that you can have more energy on tap, or at least have it as a coping strategy. So when you feel that intensity coming in, you can bring that, you can respond, oh, and this thing, where did this thing show up from? For goodness sakes, anybody else feeling a little bit of stress? There's so much going on in our world right now. And because of that, we are hitting this interesting thing, and it's called our surge capacity. Ann Maston, who's a PhD, a psychologist and professor of child development at the University of Minnesota, talks about this thing called surge capacity and says that it is a collection of adaptive systems, both mental and physical, that humans draw on for short-term survival, right? Think about that, short-term survival in acutely stressful situations. For instance, maybe you're in a literal survival situation out in the woods, or things like natural disasters. But think about this. Natural disasters occur over a short period of time. And even if the recovery is long, pandemics are different. And the disaster itself then ends up stretching out indefinitely over a long period of time. She also says that the pandemic has demonstrated both what we can do with surge capacity and the limits of surge capacity. When it's depleted, it has to be renewed. But what happens when you struggle to renew it, when we have this emergency phase, but now becomes chronic? What happens? What happens is that we get stuck. And because of that, we need to have something that can provide us relief, that can provide us energy. And again, I would say, in listening to a Brene Brown podcast not long ago, and she threw it out there and I just went with it, was the idea that we right now more than ever need to play, and we need to lean into it because it is such a source for us. So different ways to play. How do we discover what play is for us? Because some of us might not have touched this for a while. So Stuart Brown, again, this is what he suggests. Think about when you were young. Think about when you were a little kid. What was like, think back to your earliest memories. What was the play that you loved, that you leaned into, that was your favorite? I'll tell you what this guy's was right here, because that's this guy right here. That's me when I was like 2 years old. And when I was 2 years old, maybe close to 3 years old, I was given a tricycle. And guess what? I wouldn't ride the dang thing. My parents were like, come on, kid, just get on the trike. I would not ride the trike. But I was a well-behaved little kid. My mom would sometimes leave me alone. And at one point, she walked into a bedroom, and there I was. I had my big metal, pre-plastic, slightly rusted Tonka truck, which I know I love because check me out with my Tonka hat to match. Okay, there I was, and I was not riding the tricycle. I had taken the tricycle, pulled it up on my bed, flipped the thing upside down. I had found every belt that I could, and this was like early 80s, late 70s, so like lots of belts around. I had tied them all together, and I had created a pulley system that I could work to pull the Tonka truck across the room and up into the bed. That's what I did with the Tonka truck. Now, I had my mom tell me this story recently, and she wanted to make sure that I didn't get all high and mighty as too smart of a little kid, and to let you all know that I also like to suck on power cords, and she wanted me to share that picture with you as well. With that said, here's where it's at. Even at the age of 25, I was doing the same darn thing. I worked as a ropes course builder. I made pulley systems, and I pulled big, heavy things into trees, and I absolutely loved it. And again, as I was telling my mom, or my mom was telling me this story, she said, honey, it's not like it's changed at all. Look behind you. And then pointed out the fact that I have a rock climbing wall rigged with a rescue points up there and ropes hanging. Anyway, point being, the things that I loved when I was 2 and 3, I still love. They're still playful for me. So I challenge you to think about this. What is this for you? What is play for you that even at this point, when you were little, it has pulled through as a strand in your life? Was it imaginative, competitive, artistic? Was it rough and tumble? What is that thing? Okay, so how else do we engage with play more? I would say one of the things is that we look at the environment. Okay, the environment that we put ourselves in influences our play. When we put kids, so think about the size of the play space. When we put kids on a space like this, what do? They run, they jump, they yell, they play chase. They're out there in a big way. When you get a couple of kids and you're like, why don't you hide in the closet? They immediately go into like whisper mode and they're like, this is our secret space. It's a very different kind of play, and it's reinforced by the environment. I have blown up balls this big at camps before, and it's amazing to watch groups of adults just go so big with them. On the flip side, I have slept under a night sky with a group of people at the end of an expedition, and my brother Joe Torey, that a lot of you know, crawled into his sleeping bag. He's a very funny man, and this isn't him, but it's very much like this, pretended to be a strange caterpillar for over an hour. I almost peed. I laughed so hard. Like, it just was hysterical, and it was about the space. It was totally reinforced by the space that we were in. So think about that. Where are the spaces in your world that you could be in that could start to influence your play? Again, there's more to the environment. There's the social environment. It could be one of you, two of you. It could be a group. It is going to totally influence the kind of play that we experience. My daughter, when I drop her off at a birthday party and there's 3 kids that she knows versus 30 kids where she only knows one, and it's a bunch of parents watching everybody like play these facilitated games, not the same kid. She is 100% different depending on the social setting that she's being put into. All right, the sensory features of that environment. This is how it feels and tastes and smells and looks. So this is what I like when I go out, just the way I run programs. Like I like to have a plan. This is the way I like my car to look when I like go out, but I don't care if I'm in the car for 3 minutes. When I open the door, this is what it looks like every single time. And my daughter, Maggie, who is already an artist and wants to be an artist, just has said to me, Dad, doesn't it all just feel better when it's messy? And I'm like, no, it doesn't feel better. But to her, it does. A mess makes her feel so much more playful. I've seen her like rip like tucked in blankets before just to like feel better about that space. If you live in the Northwest section of the United States and you don't like being cold and wet, either you need to get a new jacket or you need to move if you are going to want to play out here, because it can get intense. And I know what it's like in New England. It's the same way. Like that, where you're at and what you're being touched by and the weather is going to totally impact how much you're into playing. Okay, back to the messy space. I know people like my wife, for example, if it's messy, she can't play. She's got to clean before she plays. Great. If you need energy and you need to play, then clean so that you can play. Sometimes it takes that. And sometimes it's just what you have. Why do I have these right here? I don't know why I have these. And these aren't things, this wasn't a planned part. I just have these things on my desk because they help me to play. And sometimes the little bits and bobs that we have around us can encourage that. Okay, so the space and the materials, the complexity, the variety, it also has an impact. Kids play a certain way in the pool. Throw 50 cage balls in there, they play in a different way. There's this whole concept of loose parts. Rather than giving kids like very specific toys that just do this one thing, like giving them sticks and popsicle sticks and rocks and whatnot, they will play differently. They will play in a more creative way. And this loose parts theory is like trending out into the world where this is not a vacant lot. This is an intentional loose parts play yard where kids are just like getting creative and doing things with these various pieces and using their imagination versus having a toy that is so very specific. And the outdoors is great for this. We went camping recently. This stump was behind us. hours and hours and hours. They could get in the stump, they could get on top of the stump. The stump was it. To have that there, it made all the difference in their world. Okay, why would Pat put up a picture of a whole bunch of grumpy people? Well, these are teens from Indiana, and most of them have bleeding disorders. And it was one of the rainiest days I've ever done on a challenge course, and it was last year. Halen from GutMokey is the only person smiling, and that's because she has 19 layers on. But the reason that I'm showing you the picture is the football. The football was key. They came inside, and 3 of them laid on the floor and just went, ugh. And then one of them, without moving anything but his wrist, threw the football, and the other guy caught it. He looked over at the third guy, and without saying a thing, they already knew, it's now my job to throw it to you without moving anything but my hand. They did it for 2.5 hours. I witnessed the whole thing as I was preparing for another piece of the program. Just having that football created this 2.5 hours of play that these guys engaged in because that prop was just sitting there. This is a place I used to live. This is Sandpoint, Idaho. It's called Lake Pend Oreille, and this is Mineral Point. I have seen adults, lots of adults, play for hours and hours, and I have been part of it just because of these rocks. They're smooth, they're nice in your hand. I've played the we can leave once we hit the log with the rock, and none of us were good at throwing, and it was 4 hours, and we just played and played. That's not the right direction. Okay, last one about the ocean. This is Cape Disappointment in Washington State. I was there not too long ago, and this is a very beautiful place. It's got a jetty, and there's tons of driftwood that comes up on this beach called, ironically, Waikiki Beach. But something is different here. People have started to take all of this driftwood and create these structures upon structures upon structures across the beach. And what I noticed the more I looked at them is these are not made by children. These logs are waterlogged and weigh hundreds of pounds. It was adults that were playing, and these were not because they needed a place to live. This was a place that they were creating just to have fun with. And while we were there, my wife found this one. My wife doesn't really surf. She surfed maybe 3 times in her life. Notice it's the kid that's watching and the adult that's playing, because she just happened to be engaged by the piece of wood and worked it for a long time until the kids decided they wanted it so that they could make a seesaw. They threw it on a fulcrum and boom, instant seesaw. This one piece of driftwood got a lot of use that day. And where did my wife go? She stripped off layers and found a more challenging piece. And again, continued to play on the beach for an hour. Why? Because there were a couple weird pieces of wood there. The environment makes a difference. And the last piece I'll say about the environment is the novelty. You put one of these in front of people and they just can't help but start to move it and play with it. I was very fortunate to have a wedding that I really, really loved, and my wife and I love to dance, and so we put a lot of focus on the DJ, and he did a great job, but at just the right moment, being camp people with 19 costume boxes in our basement, we opened up some costumes, and it changed everything. People were absolutely playing beforehand, but when a giant bunny suit laden man from Massachusetts comes onto an Oregon dance floor, it's a whole different story, people. The play shifted the entire space. It changed the personalities of people that were in there. This is my father-in-law in the midst of a crowd, and he doesn't really like to dance. You can see that, right? This red mullet wig changed everything for him. It really was an absolutely amazing event, and it was just by introducing something slightly novel. And this little girl would have never known that she truly was a butterfly if the costumes hadn't come out that night. And so I share all of this to say that our world is slightly different right now. We don't necessarily have access to our gyms and to our movie theaters, to the sports teams that we might have been on, and these other places that we've had to play. So I want you to be thinking about your environment. Where do you need to go so that you can be inspired to play and have that more as a piece of your life? And because of that, and this new need, I think that we need to look at how we can create play in new ways for ourselves. I'm taking one little moment here as all of my notes shifted to the place I didn't want them. There we go. All right, so here we go. Let's see where our time's at. All right, we're going to do this part really quickly. All right, so what can we do? What can we do that's different to play in this space that might not have been our everyday? Schedule the time. Schedule family play time. It feels like it might be like counter to playing, but it makes sure that we do it. Whether it's playing video games or going outside, actually put it in your calendar and make it happen. Get crafty. And maybe it's this kind of crafty, or maybe it's this kind of crafty. It all depends on you and what feels good to you. Maybe this is your jam and leather and big needles is where it's at. This is what I do sometimes. My daughter loves these, and on special occasions, like we make origami with $5 bills. But origami is cool too. And if you just keep going, you can get something like that. So I didn't make it. It came with the house. And you can also take something as like basic as breakfast and turn it into play. A few squeeze bottles, a little bit of food coloring, and like, this is your new jam. And seriously, like it's real, like this isn't with practice. This was the very first time that we did pancake art, that stuff started coming out like that. Go to the drive-in movie or make a drive-in movie at your house. But these things exist. Like, go, give it a go. It's a way to get out there. It's a way to do something different. It'll be totally novel. Get on the bikes. I know that getting on the bikes sometimes can be awesome. For other people, they're like, oh, it's so much work. I'm a bike commuter. Fine. Put on a costume. Figure out a way to turn it into something that feels like play, to make it work in your world. If you're into board games, do them over Zoom. I think that like there are some great ways to do this. I always call it the train game, but Ticket to Ride. If you've got it and somebody else has it, play Ticket to Ride over Zoom with somebody else. It's super easy. If you haven't played Codenames and you're an adult, play Codenames. Codenames is a super fun game. I've played it with people all over the country at one time. Super easy to do. Go to the park. Now this might seem like, you know, a couple people having a walk. That's great. And maybe that's play for them. Once, well, I'll share this one first. Like, you can shift it up, bring a musical instrument. It totally changes the environment, changes it for everybody around you too. My daughter once got in the car with me because my wife said, you're taking her now. She's not allowed to be in the house anymore. And so we went to a park to burn off some energy, and I expected we were just going to run around. And this is what we did. Parks and Recreation vehicle had like dug out a tire track by mistake in this like muddy area. And we built little mud houses out of mud that smelled like swamp gas. It was totally gross. And my kid was so down. And like, she started making little sculptures. This is what we ended up with. Like, it was so gross and so much fun. And we played so hard during that time. We've started to fish as a family. This is the biggest fish we've ever caught. So I'm just like going to point that out. It's not about the fish. It's about going out there and just being together on the water. Half the time we don't even like put a worm on a hook. Like, it's just about going outside and playing. Learn the musical instrument that you've always wanted to. It might not feel like play at first, but it does get there. Play the video games, like lean into it. If it's fun for you, find a way to do it. See if you can do it with somebody else. It might make it even better. Have the dance party. Sometimes this is exactly what we need in our worlds, and we can do it in the kitchen. We can do it in the living room. Do it over Zoom. Share your music over Zoom, crank it up, and you can all be dancing together. We've done this. We love this. This is what one of the things we're going to do instead of trick-or-treating this year is we are going to have a massive Halloween Zoomy dance party. Teach your dog some tricks, because this is the time. Why not? Like, if you've got the way, like, make it happen. My dog's real old and this is not my dog, but like, have some fun with it. Go camping in your living room. Like, throw the twinkly lights on, have some fun. These people, this was impressive. I don't know if I would have gone with such the big tent. We actually set up a tent once in the kids' room. We left it there for 3 months. Like, why not? They were loving it. We just went for it. Chalk art. Put it out there. It's a fun way to engage neighbors, but especially if you leave the chalk out for them, then you are creating a space for them to play as well and add on. Bubbles, because bubbles. And that's all I'm going to say about bubbles. Go big. Find all the Legos and build the thing that you've always wanted to build. We know it's not just for kids. You can do it with kids. You can do it by yourself. You can do it with a friend, a spouse, whatever. Has anyone ever been geocaching? This is like a thing. It used to be for people that had a GPS unit. You now all have one on your phone. There's an app. It's free. There's millions of these little things hidden all over the planet, All you got to
I
do is
love
find.
geocaching. I geocache on my bicycle.
Yes, I love it. Perfect. The first time I went geocaching with my daughter, we did 7 miles on our bikes. We planned on walking 100 feet down the street, and we did 7 miles on the bikes because she was so down for just finding a new one. And once we couldn't find a thing, so we crossed the street to like get our heads around it, and another family came up and found it for us, and we watched them find it. It was so like sneaky Scooby-Doo. It was so good. Like, just get out there and have some fun with it. Okay, I already mentioned this. This is happening tonight when I get done here. Another part of our Halloween week is that we're having a Harry Potter dinner tonight, and we're going to go big with it. We've done it before. These are wands we made. That's hot glue, some paint, some glitter, and some chopsticks. Like, just have some fun. We got some costumes ready to go. The costumes are what make it. All of us will be participating, just to be clear. There it is. And you know what, folks? If you just need something to do, like, the dumbest things can be play. I can't tell you how many times on Zoom calls I've tried to fit like 100 things in my beard. It made me laugh, like, and that's what it's all about. Where do you have play in common? This is a huge question. My play, my wife's play, my 2 kids' play, not all the same. I love tying knots enough that it feels like play. My wife thinks that's nuts. My wife really loves this video game. I think it's crazy. We don't jive on those things. So it's our job to do this. We have to like find where our play intersects so that we can find the places where we can do things together. For us, this is where it's at. It's the living room dance party. We love the living room dance party, but the challenge is that I got the energy in the morning, and it always happens that they want to do it right after dinner when I've worked and my belly is full, and I like, this is what I feel like. I'm just like, and it's just not happening. And I have got to get over this, get over the grumpy hump, straight into the dance party. And this is what did it for me. I got a dance light, and I have permission. I can shut the lights off and turn the music up way louder than anybody's comfortable with. And then I've got it. I have to kind of like have it feel like the club, but once it feels like that, I am in and I dance. And I've done it because I know that if I don't feel like I've got the energy, that's exactly when I need to do this, because that's what's gonna then breed that energy in me. Sometimes you got to break the rules. This is the last one, and it's funny. My wife has recently started the Couch to 5K. She's like, I could do a little running. Great. Couch to 5K. You do some running, walking, running, walking, running, walking. So I checked in with her. I'm like, how's it going? She's like, it's so much fun. I'm like, oh, it's great. Does it feel like play? She's like, it does. I'm like, because you're outside and you're away from the kids. She's like, no. I'm like, what is it? She's like, well, when I'm running, and that's hard. I'm like, okay. She's like, but when I'm walking, I'm secretly playing Harry Potter Wizards Unite. It's an augmented reality game. And I was like, really? She's like, yesterday I went for a 30-minute walk and I came back 2 hours later. And I was like, what? Because the game is super fun for her. She's getting way more exercise than she ever planned on and is loving it because she's just leaning into the play. And at first I was even a little judgy. I was like, are you kidding me? She's playing. She's getting all the benefits. I need to support her in that. This is what her world looks like sometimes. Rock on, crouton. That's great. Do the thing that you need to do. This is what I want you to do. 30 seconds. Put your playful opportunities in the chat. Where can you play? What are the things that you think would bring you the most play? I want you to jump in there and start putting those into the chat. And then people, I want you to look at the chat, look at those different things so that you can be excited. And maybe you're like, oh, that's a great idea. I never thought about that. I could do that too. And then I want you to start thinking about, again, where do you have play in common with people, with your family members? This is a great assignment to do over the dinner table. We've been working on it for weeks as a family so that we can find more than just the dance party. We've got another one, the beach. Every time we go to the beach, we play. It's just on our list now. Dance party in the living room, beach. We need some more, and we're going to work on it. I want to hear from you, Wicked Strong family. Like, what are you coming up with? This is a great thing to share with us at GutMokey anytime. Maybe we'll put it on our website. So think about where's your crossover. All right, here's your mission. This is the last bit. You got to go out and play. You got to go do it. You got to find the place. And here's how it starts. You got to remember how to play. You got to like think back. Where is it? How do I do this? And then explore all the different things. What of this is play for me? And then you got to schedule it. You just got to put it down. That doesn't feel like play at first, but like schedule it and follow through. And then you start to infuse it. You start to infuse it into all the different parts of your life that you can, so that it's there and it can be there to support you and bring energy and the good feels and the relationship pieces. And like we say at GutMokey, you got to be brave, because it's going to be tough and it's going to feel vulnerable. And that's kind of like where it's at, but lean into it. If you want some more thoughts, if you want some more inspiration, follow us. Like us on Facebook. GutMokey is on Facebook, Instagram. Twitter's on there. We're not really on Twitter. Check us out. We've got some great videos on YouTube. But I just got to say again, thanks to Pfizer for being there and supporting us for all these years with the Leading Edge Project. And thank you. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for getting out and playing. And I'm going to just leave you to continue to do that. I'm going to pass it back to Sarah, but this play theme, I think, is a good one, because I know what's coming next. And I think that you are going to get some more opportunities to lean in, and I'm going to stick around to watch. So have fun, everybody. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Let's give Pat a round of applause or single clap as we say goodbye to him. Pat, thank you so much. That was awesome. I feel like there's so many takeaways from that presentation, but one thing I'll be thinking about is the epic red mullet that your dad was rocking on the dance floor. If that's not a takeaway for how to get up and start moving, maybe that's what we'll hand out in next year's FallFest package, or as a door prize for something in the future. So thank you so much for that. I'm going to turn it over to Michael DeGranfrey for just a quick break before we turn the reins over to Beyond Recreation. So Michael, why don't you take it away? We'll spotlight you for a quick sponsor spotlight.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Sarah. And I'm having a little bit of a holiday identity crisis over here, because I'm about to slam some Barbra Streisand Jingle Bells. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. What fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle bells. Just kidding. It is time for a quick commercial break, and I am thrilled to be here with you to recognize 3 of our fantastic organizations who are supporting FallFest. So we're going to do kind of a quick commercial break while we prepare for Michael J. Garner and the folks at Beyond Recreation, who are going to take over and lead us into the next activity. So whoever's on spotlight duty, I will have you, thank you, Sarah. I will have you get ready with our first guest. For our 30-second commercial spotlight, I'd like to invite Kayla Klein from Siglon. I see Kayla's got her cute Minnie Mouse, Halloween Minnie Mouse ears, I think. Is that right, Kayla? Oh, and I think, there you go.
I hope my internet isn't too bad. If we could show Giovanna as well. She's also here, and she's in matching. She's in Mickey or Minnie Mouse ears.
I love it.
Oh, there we are. There we are. But just wanted to say hi to everyone. Quick commercial break, as Michael said. My name is Kayla Klein. This is Giovanna, and we are the patient advocacy team at Sigalon Therapeutics. We're based in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Also, side note, hi to many of you. I'm also a hemophilia mom. My son Robbie has severe A. So thank you all for being a part of my community and helping our family through a really hard time in 2020 before COVID. So thank you all for your help and support through that time. Quick note about Sigalon, we have a platform. Our lead program is in hemophilia A. Check us out on our website, sigalon.com. Check out our virtual platform. We have information on our clinical trial, on our commitment to patients and caregivers, as well as more information on Sigalon. Oh, thanks, Eddie. Give me a hair thing. And on Sigalon as well. Anything else I missed, Giovanna?
No, I think you got it. Just thank you all for being here.
The NEHA walk, right, G?
Yes.
Awesome.
So thank you guys for everything that you do.
And thank you guys for your support of NEHA, and tell Robbie or Eddie, we thank him for the hair support. Always need someone on standby for hair and makeup, so thank you for that. All right, and moving right along so we can continue getting closer to the, I just channeled my dad on that one. Sarah, moving right along, we're going to go over to our friend Megan Carty, who's from CSL Bearing. And Megan, if you'd like to share a few words, I think if we have Megan on here.
I'm here. Hi, Michael.
There she is. Oh. Awesome, Megan. I love your hat as well, channeling that spirit.
Trying. It lights up and everything.
Oh my gosh. Does that thing get HBO too?
It's crazy.
Holy smokes. Well, thank you. And right over to you, Megan, for a few words about CSL. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Hi, everybody. Megan Carty with CSL Bearing. I am the New England rep along with Ron Racuto. And CSL Bearing is super, super excited to, be a presenting sponsor for Fall Fest. We are happy to, partner with NEHA for this event, and CSL has, oh, can you still hear me?
We can still hear you. You're
okay,
good.
So CSL Bearing has products. We have Idelvion for hemophilia B. We have Afstilla for hemophilia A, and obviously Humate P for VWD. And so we're just super excited to, again, be supporting NEHA for this great family event this weekend.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Megan. We always appreciate your great spirit over there. And you also have the summer holiday in the background on those sunflowers. So not mad about that. Thank you again to CSL for your support. And last, we've got Gail from Pfizer, who's going to give us a quick moment of her time to share a little bit about what Pfizer has going on.
It's kind of dark, but hi, everyone. My name is Gail McCarthy. I'm with Pfizer. I'm the patient affairs liaison. I've been with the bleeding disorder community for over 17 years, and I just love everybody. They are my family. We at Pfizer have Benefix, which is now once weekly Benefix for factor 9, and Zinta for factor 8. And again, I'm a patient affairs liaison, which means I can reactively help the community and the caregivers and the patients navigate through our offerings and keep them abreast of new things. So check out our website, and we're delighted to support NEHA in this family event. And Pat Torey, awesome. I'm gonna go play.
All right. Well, thank you, Gail, and loving that silhouette look that you're going for.
I'm sorry, I had the wrong.
Very mysterious. Oh, there we go. I love that. A lady of mystery in a clandestine location. So thank you very much for your support at Pfizer. And of course, Megan, thank you at CSL, and Kayla at Sigilon Therapeutics. So we're very appreciative for all of your support. And with that, the commercial break is over. I'm going to go back to finding some eggnog, Hood Golden eggnog specifically. Might make myself another little, another custom wreath brooch. And in the meantime, we're going to toss back to Sarah, who's going to take us into our next activity. Over to you, Sarah.
Thank you, Michael. That was awesome. And appreciate your stylings as well as your holiday look happening there. I think someone may be a little bit too advanced with the Christmas, but that's okay. Never too early. All right. Well, I want to say thank you again to Pat for an awesome presentation. I think these days the power of play is more important than ever, and it's awesome to be reminded of that. So huge thanks to Pat and the team at GutMokey for putting together a presentation that will carry us through in these upcoming winter months. And a big thanks to all of our sponsors for their support. Now, without further ado, Anne and Mike, are you ready to get the show started? I'm gonna pass the and spotlight. Oh man.
No.
Dracula?
I am a cousin of Dracula. Yes, my name is Vladimir, just like the Dracula that you know. But I am actually, unfortunately, I died. I'm the ghost of a half man, half bat, because right at the moment when that truck hit me, I was transforming from a vampire into a bat, and I got stuck halfway. with the ears, but I'm stuck like this now forever. Okay. Hello, Wicked Strong family. Welcome to FallFest. We are going to have some fun tonight. We're going to do some pumpkin carving. We're going to play some games, and we're also going to award some very special awards to people within your Wicked Strong family. So if you're ready to go, if you need to have a break, if you need to go and use the restroom or anything like that, please feel free. We will be here for the next hour, and we're going to be doing all types of activities, and you can drop in or drop out. It is challenge by choice. So welcome. We are so glad to have you here. And with that, I'm going to pull down the music. Like that. Yes, I have the power still in the afterlife to control the music. Also, I was just pushing a button right here below the screen. You can't see it, but that is me. Hello, I'm Vladimir again, half man, half bat, your host for the evening. And we're going to be doing some pumpkin carving. I believe everyone, well, most of you will have a pumpkin and some tools with which to carve the pumpkin. Yes? If so, like raise your hand, give a wave. Yes, very good. Very good. Okay. Now, I've realized that all of you are at different levels of pumpkin carving ability. You can't be immortal like I am and have all the time in the world to learn how to do the pumpkin carving. So that's why I'm here to be your guide, to give you a few tips and tricks. And we're not all going to do the same pumpkin carving today. I'm just going to give you some tips on how to carve your pumpkin the best, even if it's not the one you're doing tonight. For the future, this is good information. Yes? So in order to carve a pumpkin, you have to have a pumpkin. And so luckily, I have a pumpkin right here. In fact, I'm going to, let's see, let's go a little darker. Oh, there we are. All right, we have a pumpkin here. And of course, the first thing you need to do with your pumpkin is to hollow it out, right? And so in order to do that, you need some tools. Now, you can use a knife, right? But that's very dangerous. And kids, don't use a knife, especially if there are no big people present, okay? And in fact, any of the pumpkin carving, it's a good idea to have adults there with you. So you should have a knife, or if you have a pumpkin carving kit, that sometimes they have little tools just like this that help you carve the pumpkin. Yes? Okay, now here's your first pro tip from Vlad. When you are cutting the top of your pumpkin, instead of just cutting a round circle, you will want to cut a little notch like this on the back side of your pumpkin. So figure out which side of the pumpkin you want to carve, and then go to the exact back of it and draw a little notch like that. So instead of just circling around, carve a little notch, and this way you know where to put your lid exactly when you come back. See? So you're not just endlessly spinning that top around to try to make it fit. Okay? So pro tip right there, make a little notch, and then when you have your lid, you can see right there, there's a little notch that you can use. Oh, let's see. Okay, yes, just like that. There's a little notch so you can line it up. And of course, you have all the insides, all the crazy insides that you have to scoop out. Now, the best way to scoop this out is, of course, to use a scoop, if you have a special scoop, or just a spoon, a regular spoon works, okay? So just scoop out the insides. Be sure to save those pumpkin seeds because you can actually roast those later and eat those. But you will also need a bowl, of course, to put all of your pieces in. Have a bowl. And also, I should have said this first, but you should lay some paper down. I've got a brown paper bag that you can use, or you can put some newspaper down, something, because it is going to make a very big mess. Okay, so be sure to scoop out all the insides just like this and put it in the bowl. All right, and when you do that, you want to make sure that you scoop everything out, and then on the side that you're going to do your carving, be sure to scoop out a little bit more. Make those walls a little bit thinner so that it's easier for you to carve in and out of. okay? So scoop out with a spoon or your fancy scoop and get those walls fairly thin, not too thin, but thinner so you're not having to cut through really thick pumpkin skin, okay? So it's going to take you a while. If you have not done that yet, it's going to take you a little while to do that. So I'm going to leave you to that. And we are going to go to our first award presentation of the evening, okay? So here we go. We are presenting the Advocate of the Year Award. And here we go with that.
Our Advocate of the Year award goes to someone who is described in their nomination as one strong mama and passionate advocate. And I can't think of better words to describe this person. She is the Massachusetts State Lead, a former board member. She has testified on behalf of the Massachusetts Bleeding Disorders community about copay assistance. She's traveled to DC to represent NEHA at Washington Days, and she's done so much more. This person is super knowledgeable about policy and advocacy, and we're so thrilled to have her as part of our community, as well as to award her this wonderful achievement for all that she has done for NEHA. This year's award goes to
Yes, Ziva Man, the winner of the Advocate of the Year Award for this year, for 2020. Unfortunately, Ziva was not able to join us this evening, so I will accept the award on her behalf. Yes, thank you very much. All right, so moving on. I hope you have gotten some of the lovely items out of your pumpkin. I know it's very stringy inside there. There are many different types of, there's seeds, there's stringy bits, there's the pumpkin, the pumpkin stuff. I'm not sure what you call that. I've been around pumpkins all my life and don't know what you call that. So once you have gotten it hollowed out and you've got your nice lid with the notch, then you're going to want to make a pattern, whatever you want to carve into your pumpkin, right? And I understand that many people will have many different types of things that they want to do. So I chose just to go with the classic jack-o'-lantern. And so all you have to do is to draw your pattern out like this. Later, I'm going to show you some different ways to do this. This is just an example of what you can do. So draw out your eyes, your nose, your mouth with some teeth. I've actually got a pro tip for you on the teeth later to have a very cool glowy effect for the teeth. So the first step is going to draw on your pumpkin. So take a marker, you can take a Sharpie pen, you can take a regular marker or even a regular writing pen and just write on there. Now be careful because it might smear. So when you're drawing, don't rub your hand across it because you might lose your drawing, okay? So that is going to be the next step. So everyone figure out a pattern, a face or a design or anything you like, and just draw it right there on your pumpkin. Even if if you're still working on hollowing it out, that's fine. Keep working on that. This is just the next step that I'm going to give you so that we can then move on and learn some more advanced tricks for carving the jack-o'-lantern. Okay? Very good, very good. And now we are going to move on to one of our fun activities for the evening. Oh, yes. Oh, hello. Yes, we're going to move on to a scavenger hunt led by a very amazing human being who is not a ghost yet, and that is Anne Henningfeld. Welcome, Anne. Hello, how are you?
Hello, everybody.
That's a very nice NEHA shirt you're rocking.
You like my nice NEHA shirt?
Yes,
I'm wearing a NEHA
nice
shirt, even though I'm not in New England physically. I am in New England in my heart and in my clothing. So thank you, NEHA.
I'm glad I was wearing my NEHA shirt when I was hit by that truck. And so now I get to wear it for eternity.
It's a very comfortable shirt to wear for an eternity, Vlad. I'm very, very happy for you.
Thank you.
those of you who just got to hear Pat talk to us about how important it is to play, well, we're going to do some play because not everybody can carve the pumpkin all at the same time. Some of you might not be allowed to use the knives. Some of you may have already carved your pumpkins. Some of you may not have gotten your pumpkins yet. So for those of you, I have a great game that we're about to play. It is called Mooz, M-O-O-Z. That's Zoom spelled backward. Zoom spelled backward. I didn't make this game up. Someone else made it up. I found it through a really cool website called Zoom Jam, ZOOMJAM, and it's where a bunch of people from University of Southern California have gotten together and created games just specifically to play on Zoom, and this is one of my favorites from the Zoom Jam games. I adapted a little bit to make it a little spooky for Halloween, and this is how you play. We're going to play 3 different rounds over the course of this time that we're spending together between now and a little bit after 8 p.m. And here's how you play the game. I have this die and I'm going to roll a die, and that die is going to tell me exactly what kind of object I want you to go and find in your house. You may say, and that doesn't make any sense. That's okay. I'm going to share my screen so that you can see exactly what I mean by an object in the house. So let me get that all set. I am the big person now. Here we go. I'm going to share my screen. I hope I am sharing my screen. I am. Do you see a thing that says Halloween Mooz? If you do, Sarah, can you nod your head? Thank you so much. You're the person I can see right now.
I see it.
You see it. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to roll the dice, and you're going to have to meet a series of conditions of that are randomly selected. You're going to be like, what kind of conditions could they be? Well, in round 1, it's going to be something like this. I'm going to roll the dice 3 times, and it's going to ask you to go find something that is a color, a texture, and a shape. All right, once I roll the die, you're going to have 60 seconds to go find something that is a specific color, texture, and shape. And if you find something that is all 3 of those things, you get 3 points. If you find something that is just 2 of those things, you get 2 points. And if you find things that are just 1 of those things, you get 1 point. So it's definitely worth finding something because you can always get at least 1 point, even if you can only find something that meets 1 of the conditions. You're going to keep your own score, and then we'll add them all up at the end and see how we're doing. All right. So here comes the first thing. Now you're going to get 60 seconds. Vlad promised me he would start a timer as soon as I am done rolling the die. So here it is. The first thing that you're going to get, and wait till Vlad starts that timer. But die says you're going to find something that is metallic, bumpy, and in the shape of a pumpkin. A metallic, bumpy something in the shape of a pumpkin. Ready? Go find something metallic, bumpy in the shape of a pumpkin.
You have 1 minute. 1 minute.
Let's see what you find. When you find something, hold it up to the screen, and I am going to take a look and see what everybody's found. Metallic, bumpy in the shape of a pumpkin. Metallic, bumpy in the shape of a pumpkin. People are running around. What can they find that's metallic, bumpy? Oh, Tony. Tony, I'm going to add you to the spotlight. I think you got something there, my friend. Metallic, bumpy, and in the shape of a... I love it. You get 3 points, Tony. Well done. Well done. Good job.
Very good.
Very good. All right, let's see what else. Who else is out there?
15 seconds. 15 seconds.
Let's see. Metallic, bumpy, and in the shape of a pumpkin. Did anybody else find something that was...
5 seconds.
Ooh, look at what Kate has. I'm going to see this. Look at this. Look at this. That is metallic, bumpy, and exactly the shape of a pumpkin. Good job, people at the Kate, Nora, Colin family household.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. That's wonderful. Okay, let's see, what did Pat Torey find? Pat Torey. Yes, I see it's metallic.
Yes.
It's bumpy.
Yes.
And it's altogether a shape of a pumpkin. Very nice. Well done.
Brilliant.
Let's see. Richard Pizzillo, what did you find? Metallic, bumpy, and the shape of a pumpkin. All right. Very good. So if you were able to find something that is all 3 of those things, for some reason, I've started to talk like Vlad. So
yes, I'm very influential. Yes, I'm very influential.
Very influential. Does anybody else have anything that they feel is metallic, bumpy, and in the shape of a pumpkin? Let's see what else I can find. Oh,
Oh,
Catherine.
Catherine,
Oh, Catherine. Let me find you, Catherine. I am going to,
I found her.
I'm adding her.
Excellent.
Yes, there it is.
Yes.
Yes, it is exactly that. Metallic,
Brilliant.
bumpy, and the shape of a pumpkin. Well done,
Brilliant.
Catherine. Well
Very
done.
nice.
Very nice. All
Well
right.
done. Well done.
So that
Well
was
done.
just our very first round of moves. We will be having more rounds and they will be getting more difficult as they come along, as they go along. So don't forget, stick back. You'll see me in a minute. I am going to head over back
So challenging.
to Vlad, half man, half bat.
That's me.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you very much. That was a very fun scavenger hunt. I look forward to it getting more and more difficult, increasing the level of difficultiness. That was a word, difficultiness, yes. All right, we are now going to present our next award. It is the Matty Vieira Award, and we are very proud to bring back Sarah and Rich to award that award. I said award a lot of times just then. Here we go.
Matty Vieira was a leader in the community and a mentor to many. He passed away in 2016, and this award was created to honor his legacy. The individual that is receiving this year's award is so deserving of it. This woman helped to create the Hemophilia Alliance of Maine and has dedicated countless hours of service and commitment to not only serving the Maine community, but the New England bleeding disorder community. Year after year, she comes to family camp with her husband and helps to put on our wood shop rotation. She has founded Winter Camp and works with NEHA to provide an experiential outdoor. For all that she does for the New England community, we are proud to give this award to
Tracy Gideon, congratulations. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Tracy, would you care to say a few words?
Sure. Thank you very much. I'm just really honored and very blessed to be able to work with Rich and now with Sarah, and of course this community, Maine and all of New England are so important to me. So thank you all very much.
Thank you, Tracy. Thank you for all of your dedication and hard work. Thank you so much. All right, we are moving on. We are now to another section of the pumpkin carving. I was wearing a tiny pumpkin hat, and this is actually for our next point. I know some of you are still catching up. You are still scooping out your pumpkins. Some of you are still drawing your design on your pumpkin. So for those of you who may not be into the carving and the slashing and the knifing and all those things, you can take a tiny pumpkin like this and you can just draw on it. That is my favorite thing to do. I'll take my fancy little marker just like this, and I like to do a little design. Sometimes I like to give them surprised eyes like this. Oh, surprise. And then we can do that. Be sure to give them a nose because the pumpkin should be able to breathe. You don't want your pumpkin to not be able to breathe. And then you can la 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 la, and you can do a little design just like that. Oh, he looks very surprised. Yes. So feel free to draw on your pumpkin like this. And now for this pumpkin and for other pumpkins too, if you mess up, if you do a little bloop bloop and you did not mean to, then what you can do is take a little bit of rubbing alcohol, okay? And you put that on a little, like a little rag or a little paper towel, and then you can simply rub off the mistake. It's like an eraser. So if you have that, and then you can just, oh no! There's no more eye. Where did his eye go? No more. But I can redraw an eye, and even better. So he has 20/20 pumpkin vision. Okay, so keep working on your, keep working on your pumpkins. We'll come back to you in just a moment and we'll learn some extra special pro tip tricks to do either with your pumpkin today or with a future pumpkin. And for now, we are going to, let's see. Oh, we're going to another award. Yes, it's time for the New Family Engagement Award. And that is coming up right now. Excuse me while I get out of the way. Here we go. And here we go.
The New Family Engagement Award goes to a family who has already shown incredible commitment to NEHA in the few years that they've been involved. This person is a member of our development committee and works tirelessly to ensure that her ideas are turned into action. This person has also been a walk team captain for the past few years, and in that time has raised about $10,000 for the NEHA community. We're so grateful for their ongoing commitment. They are from the state of Connecticut, and they are a wonderful member of the NEHA Wicked Strong family. This award goes to
Hooray! Hooray! Megan Kavanaugh, thank you so much. Would you care to say a few words to the assembled masses? Oh, hi, hello, good to see you. Oh, don't forget to unmute, Megan. We want to hear your lovely voice. Yes.
Thank you, everyone.
Hello, that was a beautiful thank you speech. That is the kind of, you should talk to all of the Hollywood stars at the Oscars who go on and on. You just said thank you, in and out. Beautiful, thank you so much. All right, we're moving this train right along and we're going to go to another scavenger hunt. So that means we need to bring back Anne Henningfeld. Come back to us, Anne. And here you are. Here you are. Oh, you're muted. You're muted.
Can you spotlight? Oh, you spotlighted me. There we go.
You.
Thank
Yes,
you very much. I appreciate it.
I'm now going to disappear. Whoa.
Okay, so round 2 of our scavenger hunt. I promised you it was going to be a little bit harder, but that's okay because you're going to have a little bit more time to find what you need to find. Now, here's what makes it harder. I'm going to give you 3 conditions, and you have to find one item that meets all 3 of those conditions. So last time you could find something that was bumpy and round and this time it has to be all those things in one item. Plus, you have to find another silly item. So you might say, what exactly do you mean by that? Well, let me share it with you right now so you can see. There it is. So you're going to have to find something that meets all of these conditions. So it will have to be this and this and this. And then you'll have to find a second thing from down here. So let's see what it's going to be. Let me roll this die and see what happens. We are going to find something that is neon and rough and in the shape of a moon. So you need to find one item that is neon, rough, and in the shape of the moon, whatever moon you want, full moon, crescent moon, your choice. But you also need to find, second thing you need to find is a cape. A cape. So you need to find one thing that is neon, rough, and in the shape of a moon, and another thing that is a cape. Vlad, start that situation there.
Sorry, I started the timer too soon. Now it starts for everyone. Yes, 90 seconds.
90 seconds to go find something that is neon, rough, and in the shape of the moon, and also then a cape. And if you find those things, you will get 4 points. You'll get 4 points. Who knows what will happen to the person who finds all of the things around their house? A cape. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see capes. I gotta see all the people who have found capes. And did you find something also that is neon, rough, and in the shape of a moon? Oh, let's see. Oh, Nora, let's see what's going on here. Nora, did you find a cape? Oh, neon, rough, the shape of a moon, and a cape. 4 points. 4
Brilliant.
points, Nora. Very
Full
good.
points,
All
full
right.
points.
Let's see. How else are people doing? What's
40
going on here?
seconds.
I think I see a cape here. I think I see a cape. Here, a cape. Neon. A banana is neon. And it's the shape of a moon. I would say neon, shape of the moon, and a cape. You get 3 points. Good job there at the Duddleston household. Good job. Thumbs up to you. I love a banana being the shape of a moon. That's so smart. There's some smart people here hanging out in NEHA. Did anybody else find some? Let's see what's going on. Oh, Rich, what did you find? Let's add, Rich, we've got something that's
It's rough.
it's rough. Arr. Okay.
Moon.
Okay. I see a neon shape there, and a cape. I
And
give
that
you.
is time.
I give Rich 3 points. 4 points. Rich, you get 4 points.
4 points.
4 points for saying rough like that. I liked that a lot. Okay. Let's see. Anybody else find anything? I'm having a hard time seeing all of you because there's so many of you.
So many.
Let's
So many
see.
participants.
Oh, at the Kavanaugh household, they're just waving to us. I like that a lot.
Hello.
Hello.
I'll wave.
Pat Torey seemed to find a parasol. Oh, it's neon. It's round like a full moon. I like that very much. Is it rough? It looks a little rough to me. Now, did you find a cape? Who's got a cape? There it is.
Cape.
4 points to the Torey family.
4
Very
points.
good. Very good.
Full
Well
marks.
done.
Full marks.
Oh, wow, full marks for them. Do we, Vlad, did you see anybody else out there?
I did not see anyone, but again,
I see someone's got a cape. I see someone with a blue cape. Let me add them there.
Yes.
I see it.
Yes.
Oh, there. Very good. You get your cape
That counts.
points. Good job.
That counts.
Count. Like Count Chocula?
Oh, he's a
know
good
him?
friend of mine. He's a good
Yes.
friend of mine. Yes. We
Very-
count things together. Although
Very well done, everybody. Now remember to keep track of your own points. Oh, I want to say a special thank you to Sarah for putting that in the chat for me. That's such a great idea. Thank you so much. Oh, look, we've got other families that have gotten it too.
the Zaturka family? Yes.
I'm afraid to pronounce that name. You did a very much better job than me, Vlad. Thank you
Ah,
very
well,
much.
I took an elocution course.
All right, well, I am going to leave this window now and turn it back over to you, my half bat, half man ghost friend.
Thank you. Being stuck in the half form has some advantages. I do like my pointy ears. I am also very good at explaining things like this. Let's see. Okay. So sometimes when you have a fancy, here we go, a fancy carver for your pumpkin, it has two, let's see, does it pick up? Yes. All right, 2 sides. See, there's a rough, like a smoother side and a rougher side. Okay, the rougher side is good for making bigger cuts, and the ones that are smoother, those are good for making little smaller or finer cuts. Okay, so be sure to keep that in mind when you are carving a pumpkin. Now, here's a pro tip. Excuse me while I grab Mr. Pumpkin. Okay, so when you are carving, especially smaller holes like this, by the way, you should always carve the smaller holes before the bigger holes. Okay, so like the mouth is bigger, the eyes are smaller, carve the smaller ones first, because when you carve the bigger ones, it makes your pumpkin less stable. And so sometimes your pumpkin can crush in on itself when you're trying to carve out a piece. So be sure to do all your small pieces first and then your bigger pieces. Pro tip from Vlad. Now, when you are carving, especially smaller holes, it's great to carve so that the hole is, here, let me try this for a second. Oh, nope. Sometimes I need a toothpick. Alrighty. Oh no, I broke my toothpick. Here, I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to poke it out from the inside because I have already gotten this one. So I cut this eye out. When you cut the eye out, you can make sure to pull away as much of the pumpkin on the back as possible. That allows more light to come through. Another pro tip from your friend Vlad. All right, so be sure to cut out as much of the inside of the pumpkin as possible so to allow more light to pass through, okay? And here's another pro tip. If you would like to create teeth for your pumpkin, you can take any of the pieces that you cut out, right? And you can cut them off at an angle, just shape them however you like. And then you can reattach them to the pumpkin by using a little piece of toothpick. You just take your little piece that you carved like that, and then you put your toothpick in it, just like this. And then you can stick that back into the open mouth of your pumpkin and create little teeth, okay? So just like that. You can create extra little teeth by carving the pieces of pumpkin that you removed, okay? Another pro tip from your friend Vlad. Here we go. I'm just gonna stick his tooth right in the top of his head, just like that. Okay, oh, it didn't stick. All right, we are moving on to our next thing, which is another award. So we are now going to award the Spirit of Philanthropy Award. And that is, that means we're going to bring back Sarah and Rich to your screen right now. So here we go.
The Spirit of Philanthropy Award goes to an individual who has dedicated so much time and their personal resources over the last several decades to NEHA. This individual is currently the board treasurer who works tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure that the organization is fiscally sound and stable. This individual and his family are a true asset to the New England Hemophilia Association and the larger bleeding disorder community. We are proud to give this award to someone who deserves it and so much more. This award goes to
Yes, Bill. Congratulations. How are you, sir?
Very well, thank you.
Excellent. Would you care to say a few words?
Well, thank you very much to Rich and to Sarah for the award. I really appreciate it. And it's just wonderful to be part of NEHA, which is just one of the most tremendous organizations I know. So thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Bill. All right. Thank you for all your hard work and all of our winners so far. Congratulations. And now we have come to the portion of the evening where we're just going to get up and loosen up a little bit and just relax and stretch our bodies. It's time for a dance break. So wherever you are in carving a pumpkin, whatever you might be doing, try to get up, make some space around you. Be sure to be mindful of other people around you. We're not into slam dancing today. So, but we're going to do a little song about dancing, and hopefully you will be dancing, and we'll see you in that beautiful gallery view dancing to this song called Shut Up and Dance With Me. Oh, excuse me, 1 second. I forgot. Okay, here we go. Look back, just keep your eyes on me. I said you're holding back. She said, shut up and dance with me. This woman is my destiny. She said, ooh, shut up and dance with me. Get up and dance. We were victims of the night. The chemical, physical kryptonite. Helpless to the base of the fading light. Oh, we were bound to be together, bound to be together. She took my arm, I don't know how it happened. We took the floor and she said, oh, don't you dare look back, just keep your eyes on me. I said, you're holding back. She said, shut up and dance with me. This woman is my destiny. She said, ooh, shut up and dance with me. Fabulous dress and some beat-up sneaks. My discotheque Juliet teenage dream. I felt it in my chest as she looked at me. Oh, we were bound to be together, bound to be together. She took my arm, I don't know how it happened. We took the floor and she said, oh, don't you dare look back, just keep your eyes on me. I said, you're holding back. She said, shut up and dance with me. This woman is my destiny. She said, ooh, shut up and dance with me. I lost my place in the song, sorry. Deep in her eyes, I think I see the future and realize this is my last chance. She took my arm. I don't know how it happened. We took the floor and she said, oh, don't you dare look back. Just keep your eyes on me. I said, you're holding back. She said, shut up and dance with me. This woman is my destiny. She said, ooh, ooh, shut up and dance with me. Ooh, ooh, shut up and dance with me. Ooh, ooh, shut up and dance with me. All right. I saw somebody fine dancing out there. And what do you think about that? I saw many people dancing, cutting a rug, as they say. Yes?
Many people cutting rugs.
Beautiful.
Very good. It was wonderful.
Beautiful. I loved it. It was a
I
wonderful.
even saw someone in the Pierce family also had a ukulele just like you.
Get out of
Yes,
town.
I did see that.
That is the most fabulous thing I've ever heard.
I loved it.
That's amazing. I love playing the ukulele. It's the one thing luckily I was holding it when I got hit by that truck. And so I get to keep it with me in the afterlife. Yes. All right. So we're moving on to yet another award. The Wicked Strong family is an award-winning bunch. That is fantastic and brilliant. And we're on to our next one, which is going to be the Volunteer of the Year Award. So here it comes right at you.
The Volunteer of the Year Award goes to someone who is so well deserving of this achievement. She has been a volunteer for NEHA for years, and she spends so much time helping us with events and programs. I'll go ahead and try to name some of her achievements here, but please know that this is not an exhaustive list because she's done so much more. This person has been a volunteer on the camp committee as well as the volunteer coordinator at family camp. She has helped at FallFest. In fact, you'll see her throughout the weekend. She's done the VWD retreat. She has helped build up the community in her home state of New Hampshire. She has been a mentor for other families, especially newer families in the community, because her son is a little bit older now and she's had more experience. And most recently, she helped with a back-to-school webinar thanks to her training as a school counselor. She goes above and beyond with everything that she does, and we are so grateful for her time and commitment to NEHA. This year's award goes to
Cassie Cesinato, congratulations. Would you care to say a few words?
Yeah, thank you so much. We love our NEHA family, and it's an honor to be able to do stuff for you guys, and I'll keep doing it as long as I can. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Your tireless efforts are much, much appreciated. Thank you so much. All right, we are moving right along, and now I know that I've spied some of them already, but many of you are dressed in fantabulous, brilliant costumes. And so we would like to take a moment just to spotlight and see some of these wonderful costumes. So I'm going to put on a little music and we're going to, Anne, are you wearing a costume as well? Oh, are you a zebra? You're a zebra. That's I never knew what sound a zebra makes. All right, let's put on some music and let's see some of your costumes. Here we go. Oh, that's very good. Oh, that's a brilliant mask at the Duddleston family. Yes. Oh, very nice. And it highlights your eyes. Your eyes are lovely. Very nice. Oh, here we go. Nora that's a beautiful outfit. I had an outfit just like that. You wear it much better than I do, though. That's nice. Oh, and we have a witch sitting right next to you. We have a clone trooper. Oh, and it's a man with a Mandalorian eyepiece. Oh, that's very advanced. That's very, very cool. Oh, I like that hat at the Wagner family. Very nice. Dancing too. I'm gonna dance with you. There you go. Very nice. All right. That's a beautiful hat. And I can see through your witch's hat. That's very lovely. That's very cool. All right, fantastic. Who else do we have here? Luigi. It's a Luigi. I did not know Luigi was always my favorite character because Mario, everyone likes Mario, but I like Luigi. Oh, and Tony? Oh, Tony, I didn't see you at the club meeting the other day. Where were you? Oh, no. Oh, the Mandalorian is taking over our feed. Hello, it's good to see you. I understand you're a very strong, silent type. You don't like to speak very much, but you're very, oh, yes, hello. Very nice. Well done. All right. And was that everyone?
I was having a pint.
Oh, you were having a pint. Oh, that's why you were late for the meeting. That's a pint of blood, a pint of O negative.
A positive.
A positive. B positive is what I say. Hey. Oh, hello. We have a clown and a witch and so many pumpkins. You're doing so much better than I am. Oh, and we have a Spider-Man. Oh, Spider-Man is very good. Spider-Man are good to have around if you need light bulbs that need replacing and they're very high up in the ceiling. So Spider-Man just crawl up the wall and they take care of it for you. You don't have to get out ladders or anything. So I'm so glad you are there. Very good job. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Oh, very good. We have some good masks. Is that an incredible? We have a bumblebee, I believe. A bumblebee. And oh, let's see. You have leaves on your face. Are you a tree at the Moncrief family? Are you an elf or a tree or some sort of, are you a pile of leaves? That's amazing. I love it. Oh, do we have Ewoks? Do we have Ewoks in the Ramsey family? Ewoks and cats and all kinds of furry loveliness. Oh, and oh, Jane Cavanaugh Smith. That's quite you're monkeying around, eh? Yes. Well, you're actually primating around. Yes, I believe so. Very nice. Oh, and of the Zaterka family? Yes. Oh, very nice. Oh, that's a beautiful outfit. Oh, they're both beautiful outfits. Oh, I like your style with the googly eyes. That's very nice. And squeezing the balloon to where it looks like it's going to pop. That's lovely. Oh, there's an elephant. Anne, are you an elephant? Oh, very nicely done. Very nicely done. That's nice. Oh, the Ramsey family. I am loving the Ewok costume. I desperately want to be an Ewok. All right. Do we have anyone else, Anne? Is that everyone? Oh, here we go. Oh, yes. Oh, look in the background of the Zaterka family. Nicely done, sir. Nice head adornments.
He's a gypsy.
Oh, okay. Like Roma around. He likes to Roma around. Oh, do we have a turkey at the Boutin family? Oh, very nice. Excellent. Very nice. I love turkeys. My best friend was a turkey. All right. Excelente. Oh, Wagner family, that was so cute. Hello. Hello, that's so cute. I love your ears, Wagner family. All right. And is there anyone else?
Yes, I am just locating the Bruno family.
The Bruno family? Let's see what they're all about.
I am finding them. It's for some reason I could not find them.
Oh
Here
no, maybe they disappeared into the ether of the Bruno family. Oh my goodness. Brunos. That's a little disconcerting. I mean, I'm usually the one doing the scaring and you are scaring me. So well done. I do like the very friendly devil though. Hello. Hello. Oh, okay. Look, I promise I will get to the tree trimming soon. You don't have to throw the implements at me. I've got my own axe. All right. Excelente. Everyone, this has been so fascinating. All of you are brilliant beyond imagination. Such great costumes. Thank you so much for dressing up and for joining us at FallFest. We've got just a few more items to go to round out the evening, but I'm already having a fantastic time. I hope you are too. All righty. So let's stop the music just like this. Oh, very nice. That's very good. I coordinated. I snapped and I pushed the button. I can do that even in the afterlife. Oh, hello, Bunny. Oh, some bunny loves you. it's Anne. Hi, Anne. Oh, somebody loves you too. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you so much. All right. So now we are going to go to the final portion of the pumpkin carving. It's more pumpkin carving tips tonight. We're not about the finished product, we're about the process. And I want to show you a very fun pro tip in order to do more complex designs. Okay? So you see there's that spider web. It is on my pumpkin and I've just taped it on just like that. Okay? And there are two ways you can do it. Sometimes you can get cutouts like this. Okay, oh, come on, there you go. You can get cutout patterns like that, and you can either punch out the different pieces. Oh, in fact, you can punch out the pieces and then you can wear them like this. Like my nose. That's my new nose now. Yes, I'm trying on a new nose here in the afterlife. So what you can tape the pattern on, and then what you want to do, one of two things. You can take a straight pen. I know that's going to be very difficult to see. So a little straight pen. And remember, kids, get your parents' help with this, okay? Big people are very good at helping with sharp pointing things. So all you have to do is take your pattern and go along each line and poke your pen in a little bit, and then poke it in again a little bit down the line. What you're going to do is make a series of tiny little holes, which then, once you take the pattern off, like that, you can see the little holes, and then you can connect those with, first you can draw with a pen and connect them so that you can see the line, and then you can use that to draw, or I'm sorry, not draw, but carve out with your knife or with your fancy carving tool. Okay, so that is another fun way you can do more advanced patterns on your pumpkin. Now, a pattern is flat and the pumpkin is round, so you will have to do a little bit of flattening out. You just do one section at a time and be sure to hold the pattern down close to the pumpkin so that it's not, so it makes it fit a little bit better. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so there is another way you can do a fancy pumpkin. Pro tip from Vlad, your friend Vlad. Alrighty. Okay, now we are moving on to yet another award. This can't be right. Anne, is that right? We have another award?
We do. I'm really excited.
Too many awards. This
no, perfect number of awards because NEHA is full of so many award-worthy people.
You're right. You're right. And I'm just being being silly with a nose that looks like this. Yes. So our next award is the Champion of Healthcare Award. So to present that again is our friends Sarah and Rich. Sarah and Rich, take it away. Here we go.
The Champion of Healthcare Award goes to a healthcare provider who has gone above and beyond in their volunteer work and dedication. This year's individual goes to a professional who works for the Rhode Island Hemostasis and Thrombosis Center as a nurse practitioner. In 2018, she helped to create NEHA's VWD retreat and has presented at the event for the last 3 years as the keynote speaker and breakout speaker. She has been a volunteer at NEHA's family camp in the medical center and has been a speaker at past events like FallFest. Last year, she volunteered many hours to oversee and save our childcare program at FallFest. She is a beloved healthcare provider to so many of her patients and colleagues. She constantly advocates about NEHA to her patients and is a true champion. That's why this year's Healthcare Champion Award goes to
Caitlin Moncrief. Congratulations! And you are incredible. Not only because you're dressed as incredible, but you are incredible because you are incredible. Would you care to say a few words to your Wicked Strong family?
Yes, thank you so much to all of the NEHA community. It means a lot to me to get this award. I really appreciate it. And it's this whole community that makes my job so enjoyable and so much easier too, because they offer so many amazing events and I learn from the community so much more than you guys learn from me at my events, just for tips and tricks from families, and it's so great. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Caitlin. I know you're just being modest when you say that, but we love you. I know your Working Strong family loves you. Thank you for all your work and effort. You're amazing. You're incredible. All right, we are going to do another scavenger hunt. Oh, and I believe this is going to be the toughest one of all. And are you going to are you going to really make it super tough, or are you going to make it kind of doable?
This is the mixture between super tough and kind of doable. I think y'all are gonna like this one. Okay. Don't worry, you get 2 whole minutes to figure this one out. Remember, the first thing, and hopefully Sarah will be able to pop these into the chat for me. Thank you very much. Remember, the first thing has to be all of the things on the top. And we're going to find 4 things. Now that means there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different conditions that you could meet. So we're up with this. You could turn your whole game around right now because there's 8 points up for grabs. All right. So there's 8 points up for grabs. So the first thing you need, you're going to find 4 things. Okay. 4 things. The first thing you need to find will be something the color of fog. It's the color of fog, the texture of a mummy.
Oh.
Hey, I'm not sure what a mummy texture is. Should have asked the person who made this up.
I know what mummy texture is like.
So the color of fog, the texture of a mummy, and the shape of a blood drop.
Ooh.
Okay, that's the first thing. So the first thing you need to find is the color of fog, the texture of a mummy, and the shape of a blood drop. And also you need to find a toothbrush. Very important after all the candy, I'm sure.
Yes, exactly. Very good dental health.
And then that's the second thing. The third thing you need to find is a brown, greasy, something that is in the shape of a bone. Something that is brown and greasy and in the shape of a bone. What bone? I don't know. Any bone. And then your last thing is a pointy hat. You need to find a pointy hat. It doesn't have to be a witch's hat. It could be any kind of pointy hat.
Any pointy hat.
And maybe you have a stocking cap. I don't know. So those are the 4 things you have to try to find. And if you find everything on this list, that's 8 points. All right, Vlad.
8 points. 2 minutes. Here we go on the clock.
2 minutes. Here we go. Thank you, Sarah, for putting that in there for me. I appreciate you very much.
Thank you so much.
I know, Sarah's wonderful. Let's see what people are finding. Well, Pat Torey has a pointy hat already. That's fantastic. Very nice.
I think your pointy hats are going to be fairly easy tonight.
Ooh, what do we have at the Sousa family? Let's see. Oh, it is the shape of a bone.
Oh, very nice.
Bone.
Okay.
It's a bone. Beautiful. Sure.
Excellent.
Blood drop.
Drop.
Okay. That counts.
And a pointy hat. And a pointy hat. Yeah, and look at all those points you got today. Very good. Good job, Liam. All right. Oh, bye, buddy. Let's see what other things people have found. Who else has a pointy hat? Oh, Catherine, you have a pointy hat. Yes. And it's kind of in the shape of a blood drop. Oh, and it's definitely the texture of a mummy, for sure. Well done. Well done. All right, let's see what else do we have. Have people found other things? Oh, there is a pointy hat here. I see a pointy hat here.
30 seconds. We have 30 seconds left.
Hat. I see a toothbrush. There's the toothbrush. Good job. And there's in the point. Oh, look, it is the shape of definitely the shape of a blood drop. Well done at the Edelston family. All right. I love how many pointy hats we have. Let's see.
Anybody? We have 10 seconds left.
Ooh, and Nora. Things we've got stuff in Nora's family. They've got the toothbrush. They've got the blood drop. They've got the pointy hat. They've got a bone-shaped something. Okay, I got a bone. Well
Yes.
done.
All right.
Very, very good. Let's see. Do I have anybody else? Who else has things to share? Oh, at this family here, let's see what they've got. We've got a blood drop, a legit blood
Oh,
drop,
very
not a
nice.
pointy hat. We've got a toothbrush.
Beautiful.
We've got the wiggles. We've got things the color of fog. I love it. I see lots of good things there. Absolutely. Well done. Well
All
done.
right.
Okay. Now
I believe
remember.
Catherine has raised their hand.
Oh, Catherine, let me find you.
Rosevere? I'm not sure if
I
that's how
see
it's
her.
pronounced. Yes?
Oops, I accidentally add spotlight. Oops, I
Oh.
replaced the spotlight.
Oh,
There it
yes.
is.
Hello.
Oh, what do you have?
Oh, here we go.
We have many things. We have,
Yes.
yes, there we are. Let's see. Oh, yes, there
Oh,
it's
yep.
beautiful.
And pointy
Well
hat.
done. Very
nice.
creative. Very
Well
creative.
done.
Beautifully done.
Well done.
Right. All right. Let's see.
Excellent.
Excellent. Well, I think you all have been keeping track of your own points. We trust you in New England. I hope it's that you all have been keeping very good, very close track of your points. How many points were you able to get? Remember, you get a point for every condition you were able to meet. That was the last of our 3 rounds. So if you add up all your points and you feel like sharing with everyone, drop it in the chat window. Let us know how you did on your in-home, very silly, very goofy Halloween scavenger hunt.
And if you need help counting up your points, I have a friend called Zakount, which we mentioned earlier, who can help you. So just let us know if you need some help from Zakount.
You know, I've met the count. It takes a
Yes?
long time to count those numbers. There's so many ha.
Does 1 2 I usually take a coffee break whenever he's counting something because I know he's going to be like 4 hours. Yes. Yes.
Look at all these great numbers we're seeing. We've gotten,
Fantastic.
Nora's family had 15,
Ooh,
Cheryl
15
Whedon family,
points.
15, Rich
15.
Pizzillo got 5 points. Well done, Rich.
Oh, very nice.
All right, keep
All
adding
on
them
his
in
own.
there.
All
We'll keep
right.
watching that chat and see how things go. I know it's getting a little bit late, so I think it's probably time to do our
Let's do it.
final spotlighting of awards.
Let's do our final. We've saved the best for last. Is the certainly last but not least. This is the Be Leader Award, and I must say, Anne, you and I have been in the bleeding disorder community for many years. We always love a very good pun, and this is one of the best puns I've ever seen. So whoever created the Be Leader Award, congratulations, my hat goes off to you. So here we are with the Be Leader Award.
The Be Leaders Teen Award goes to someone who is always willing to lend a helping hand, whether that's with family camp, as a camp counselor, the Be Leaders Retreat, both as a participant and someone who helped with the organization at this year's virtual event, or that might be organizing a fundraiser at school. She goes above and beyond to support the NEHA community, which is really appreciated, especially to make sure that our teen and young adult programming is what our teens want. She has been a great advocate also for educational sessions that involve siblings at programs that we've done. We really appreciate her support, and going into her senior year, we know this is a big one, so we hope that she'll continue to participate even when she goes off to college next year. This year's Be Leaders Teen Award goes to
Sarah Firth, congratulations! Fantastic. Would you care to say a few words? Be sure to unmute yourself. Thank you.
Wow, all I want to say is I'm so lucky to be part of such a great community, and it's been really great to work with Sarah Shrinkman this year. So thank you for this award.
Thank you very much. Thank you. You have a very bright future. I can tell that. I have clairvoyance. That's one of my powers that that I have. No, it's not. I'm not sure what's happening next. Actually, I do know what's happening next. We are going to take a look. Oh, I hear dogs barking. Hello. We are going to take a look at some of your pumpkins. So I know some of you have been working very diligently and working on your pumpkins. Some of you may have some done already, or even if it's not done, just show us where you're at. Show us where you are in your progress. So we're going to put on a little music and we're going to see some pumpkins. Anne, are you at the ready? Here we go. Oh, look at those. Oh, yes. Those are fantastic pumpkins. Oh, look at that. Oh, I like, hey, that's a clown pumpkin. That's very good because I was a clown in a former life. Yes. Very nice. Oh, I like the little one from Nick, Kat, and Evelyn. The little one is nice. The huge one, the little one could fit inside the big one. That's brilliant. Oh, hi, Luigi and Fisher family. Look at all your pumpkins. Look at that happening. Oh, yes. Fantastic. Nora, beautiful. I love it. Oh, you've got multiple faces on yours. I love it. I love it. Fantastic. Ramsey family, I believe your camera is off. So if you want to show, oh, please. Yes, excellent. Oh, yes, look at that. Beautiful. Brilliant pumpkins. Oh, we're lighting a pumpkin. Joanna's lighting a pumpkin. Fantastic. Oh, look at that. And Nora's dancing. Oh, look at this. Dancing with a pump. That pumpkin is as large as you, Nora. That's great. Oh, Miazga. That's a beautiful pumpkin. I like that. Oh, hello, Firths. Good to see you again. Hello. Oh, yes. Oh, look at that. Now, oh, that's a really good one. Weed family. Wow. That's some next level designing right there. Oh, the McCartneys. That is a beautiful pumpkin. I love how well lit that is. Fantastic. All righty. Dowlings. Very nice. Rodriguez. Oh, little bunny, like a little bunny pumpkin house. That's great. Fantastic. Christine, is it Pineo? Beautiful. Okay. Very nice. Beautiful. Love it. Love those designs. Y'all, you're all much better pumpkin carvers than I am. Oh, Fitzpatrick's. That's great. I love that you added some drawing. That enhances the whole look. That's beautiful. All right. Looks like the Dowlings have raised their hand. Oh, the Fishers. That's a great pumpkin. Oh, that's a scary mouth. Thanks, Luigi. All right. The Tirkas. Oh, beautiful. Look at those. So nice. They're so cute. So very cute. Excelente. All
Vlad,
right.
did I miss anybody that has not yet gotten to show their pumpkin? If you haven't gotten to show your pumpkin, just raise your hand or put your name in the spot in the chat, and I want to make sure that I don't miss anybody.
That is fantastic. All these pumpkins are so wonderful. And you know, so many of them are so well lit. And so that's one thing, the last thing I'll leave you with is that fire is a very classic way to light your pumpkin. Now, fire will dry out your pumpkin, and there are two things you can do to help your pumpkin from getting too dry. One is every day you can spray it down with a little water, or you can also, before you put the light in it, dip it and wash it in a slight bleach solution. Okay, kids, get your big people's help with that. But if you put it in a small bleach solution after you've carved it, then it helps keep the pumpkin fresh for longer. And also, if you give it a little spritz, a little spray every day with some water, that helps. Another way to help keep it from drying out too much is instead of using fire, to use one of these fancy lights. And these lights are not only safe, but they keep your pumpkin from drying out. Yes? Very nice. All righty. All right.
They missed me.
They missed. Oh, and who did we miss?
Can you say your name? Who said that they missed me?
Maybe Sarah Page. I see someone speaking.
Oh, I see. Let's see.
Oh, the Duddlestons, very nice. Oh,
the Stormtrooper. Okay. I missed you. I'm so sorry.
Oh, there we go. Oh, it's our clone trooper. Oh, fantastic. So many teeth. I am a fan of teeth, especially since I'm missing one. Oh, very nice.
Thank you.
Oh,
You're welcome.
you're so
Thank
welcome.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for making sure I knew it was you. Anybody else? I see so many.
Settleston's amazing job with the logo. That's so beautiful. Fantastic.
That's so beautiful. I love it.
Alrighty. Well, folks, was there anyone else on?
I don't
we got
think so.
everyone? Excellent. All right. Well, folks, we have had an absolute blast hanging out with you for this past hour, carving some pumpkins, learning about pumpkins, learning what an amazing, wicked, strong family you have with so many awards being awarded. We found some items. We did some scavenging around the house. And overall, and we had a dance break. And I hope you had as much fun as we did, because I had an absolute blast. So please, we hope to see you again sometime real soon. We hope you have a fantastic time this weekend with FallFest. And I believe that's it. And did you have anything else that we needed to say?
I just wanted to say, I thought it was wonderful. There is, in this Goose Chase scavenger hunt, there is you can upload your pictures there as far for your pumpkins. So Sarah says you want to see your pumpkins. Show us your photos by posting in the Goose Chase, look in the mission, show us your pumpkin. All right. So let's see. So the Vlad, I know that you have an alternate human name. Do you ever want to share your human name, or would you like to be known forever as Vlad to the good people here?
I'm very comfortable in being known as Vlad, the ghost of half man, half bat. But some people know me as Michael J. Garner. But you know, I'm very comfortable with Vlad.
Okay.
Vladimir, if you prefer, or Vova. Vova is a nickname for Vladimir, so I go by any of those.
So some people who might be doing a Goose Chase scavenger hunt, just don't forget, I'm Anne. That's Vlad.
Hello.
Or maybe Michael. Your choice.
Or maybe Michael. Either way, Michael is my middle name.
All right, Vladimir. Well, Sarah, thank you so much. Rich, thank you so much. Wicked Strong Family, thank you so much for bringing Halloween to us. I've had so much fun being with all of you tonight. We have had so much fun. Thank you.
Halloween is my favorite holiday because I don't have to dress up at all. I'm already dressed. Thank you so much. You are all amazing and brilliant. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Pat Torey. Pat Torey, thank you so much.
Thank you, Pat. You're amazing.
Thank you. You're amazing. I had learned so much. I'm all going to get out and play. Sarah, thank you so much for having us. Let's turn it over to you, my friend.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Anne and Vlad / Michael. We're so glad to have you guys joining us tonight. This was such a treat. You guys are just the best. And there is a good reason why Beyond is in your name. You guys go above and beyond every time you do stuff for us. So thank you so much for that. We appreciate it. We want to just share a couple of reminders as we're closing out. First of all, please make sure you join us for the live programming both tomorrow and Sunday. As a reminder, it starts at 9 a.m. There are links to how to get onto these sessions in the emails that are coming at you. We've also included them on the FallFest page of our website. Tons of places. But if you have any questions, please reach out to us. We can make sure you get those Zoom links. One thing that's really important that we've asked people to do, and we are going to do a practice at the end if anyone wants to stay on and help us with this, please make sure you download to the latest version of Zoom. This is going to help us make sure that we can use the system most effectively tomorrow. So if you haven't already done that, we'll make sure that we get that information into the chat so you can download the latest version before you log in tomorrow. Also, a couple other reminders. Goose Chase is live. We all know that. There's tons of cool missions. We're adding more. So please make sure you participate in Goose Chase. Our virtual exhibit hall is open as well. So participate in that. Lots of great options to visit our booths in there. One reminder I will mention from your boxes that you received. If you haven't already opened your special NEHA mug, be sure to do that because inside is a $10 Dunkin' gift card, and you do not want to flash washer or through, I guess, the washing machine. So please make sure you open your $10 gift card, which is in your mug. Couple other reminders, we have our silent auction going live right now. The silent auction is filled with tons of really awesome things, and shout out to the development committee, who I know has been instrumental in getting those things. So we've got the silent auction. It's like, I feel like I'm like, what do you call it? A flight attendant, like giving you all the options here. Maybe not a great reference as we're not traveling right now, but too soon. All right, so a couple other things. We would just remind you that tomorrow, again, beginning at 9 a.m. sharp, we'll get into our sessions. We've got some really great activities planned, so please join us throughout the weekend. I'm going to make a quick announcement to just say thank you all for continuing with us. I know we've got a little bit past what we expected, so we appreciate that. I know a lot of kiddos are probably heading to bed soon, so we can get up and early and get started in our Goose Chase programming. For anyone who is able to and interested, we would invite you to just stay on the line. We'll give folks a minute to log off to give us a hand test driving the Zoom breakout rooms. There's some new features, and we thought what better time to do that than tonight when we're here together before we actually go live tomorrow with that. So if you don't mind staying on, we'll give folks a minute to log off. We'll probably end the recording, and then we will go ahead and test that. So again, thank you so much to our Wicked Strong family. Thanks to our amazing partners at Beyond Recreation, to Pat Torey, to our commercial break extraordinaire Michael, and to all of our sponsors, and to all of you for joining us. This has been a wonderful evening. I hope you've enjoyed it, and we can't wait to